"You should stop searching. It's not worth it." That's what the sheriff said, the first day I arrived. The fog still clung to the hills like the town didn't want to be seen. I was too proud to listen. Too new. Too sure I could fix everything. I wish I hadn't laughed it off. I was a fresh badge out of the academy, young, full of ambition, and the kind of guy who still believed in protocol and flashlights and patrol logs. Black Hollow, West Virginia, population 328, was supposed to be a quiet post, a filler, before I got reassigned to somewhere more alive. But alive wasn't the word for Black Hollow. The town didn't breathe. It waited. Sheriff Dalton was the first and only person who greeted me. Big guy. Looked like he hadn't smiled since the Clinton administration. His eyes were sunken, tired, not the kind of tired that comes from work, the kind that sinks in after years of knowing something you can't explain. "You'll do your rounds. You'll write your tickets, but you don't go past Crooked Creek," he said, right off the bat. When I asked why, he didn't look at me, just said, "People get lost out there, and I mean really lost." I joked that I was here to find them. He stared at me for a long time and muttered, "You try helping ghosts, son. See where that gets you." I figured it was mountain folklore. Every rural place has its stories, witches, lights, creatures in the trees, but when he handed me a map, half of it was crossed out in red marker. "That's where they go missing," he said, "and that's where we don't." The first week felt normal. Too normal. Quiet roads, quiet people, barely any radio chatter. I did my rounds, wrote a ticket, helped a guy fix a fence, but I kept seeing posters, missing people, a kid, a hiker, even a park ranger. I asked about it. No one would talk. They just turned away like I'd said something impolite. One morning, I found a child's sneaker in the ditch, muddy, torn. I stepped into the woods nearby and saw it. A notebook, half buried in the leaves, scribbled drawings of a windowless house. And something beside it. It looked like a deer. Until you noticed the eyes. Human. That night at the station, I was finishing my report when I heard it. A knock, not on the door, on the window behind me. My desk faced the forest. I turned. Nothing, just the trees. But something moved. Tall. Still. Watching. I called it in. Sheriff Dalton didn't say much, just, "Now you understand." Then silence. The next morning, I drove past Crooked Creek. I wasn't supposed to, but I had to know. The air felt different immediately. Heavy. The forest was silent, like it was holding its breath. I parked and walked down an old trail, found a clearing, burned out fire pit. Still warm. Then a whisper. "Help." A child's voice, faint and close. I raised my flashlight. There were eyes staring back, glowing, forward-facing, high off the ground, and they blinked, then vanished. I ran. Reached my cruiser, passenger door wide open. I never opened it. Back in town, I tried to explain it away. Maybe I'd imagined it. Maybe it was a trick of the light. But when I walked into the diner, the old waitress didn't say a word, just poured coffee. Her hands trembled. I asked her carefully if she'd ever seen something in the woods. Something with antlers. She stopped, looked at me like she knew exactly what I was asking. "Not deer," she whispered. That's what the old ones called it. She told me it looks like a deer from far off, but the closer you get, the more wrong it becomes. "Legs, bend backward," she whispered. "Eyes that stare too deep. It moves like it's wearing something else's skin. It mimics voices, cries for help, pretends to be hurt, pretends to be people." I nodded. "You won't sleep again," she said. And she was right. I started seeing signs, broken branches shaped like antlers, drag marks in the dirt. A phone, cracked and muddy, lying in the woods. Its last photo, a blurry image of something watching from behind a tree. The sheriff told me to stop. One last time. "You got one shot at getting out of this clean," he said. "Take it." But I couldn't. I was obsessed. I had to know what it was. One night, while driving near the tree line, my headlights caught movement. A shape in the road, tall, antlers. It didn't flinch. Just turned slowly and walked backward into the forest. I followed. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. The woods didn't feel right. Every tree looked the same. My flashlight flickered. The sounds were all wrong, like someone had recorded the forest and played it back too slow. Then I heard laughter. Children. A man shouting. My name, over and over. "Officer Kane! Officer Kane!" I spun in circles. The voice was coming from everywhere, but no one was there. And then I saw it in a clearing, standing perfectly still. It looked like a deer. At first, until it moved. Its neck tilted, bones cracking, and its arms hung just a little too long. Its face twitched, antlers, jagged, like snapped branches shoved back in. And its mouth, it smiled. Not with lips, with teeth, rows of them, and it stepped toward me. One leg, then another, like it was learning to walk. I ran faster than I ever have. No footsteps behind me, but I felt it, like gravity pulling at my spine. I don't know how I made it back. I remember falling, screaming. The sound of my own heartbeat in my ears. When I saw the cruiser, I nearly cried. The sun was rising. Sheriff Dalton was waiting at the station. He didn't say, "I told you so." He didn't ask what I saw. He just handed me a bus ticket. "You've seen it," he said. "That's enough." I left Black Hollow that day, never looked back. But sometimes, when the wind's right, I hear something outside my window. A whisper. Just one word. "Help!" And I know it's not me dreaming. I know it's still watching. Because some things don't need to chase you. They just wait for you to come back.